and you just touched on something a second ago, but I've said this before, I've never seen somebody who is very angry or very negative with themselves or with whatever else in their life and have a beautiful glowing skin. And not to put that out there where you need to be that, but like, it's true. You know, you sort of wear how you're feeling and how you are, and that goes back into everything we're talking about. And lastly, I want to, in terms of days, exercise. It's so important, and that exercise can just be simply a really good walk every day. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be killing yourself on a treadmill. You don't have to, I mean, you can if that's your mode of, you know, exercise and that's what you want to do. Absolutely.
That's why I say exercise / circulation, because it's really just increasing, you know, your vascular system and getting all the blood pumping a little bit higher, you know, and that's just raising your heart rate a bit.
Totally.
It's just, that's all you need. It can be just walking, and it can be a lot of different options.
I was going to say, right.
We're not exercise experts.
No. But it makes a difference. You know, I took it for granted when I was sort of exercising for a living as a dancer and didn't put two and two together. In my first year out of retirement in the ballet, I think I'm going to say zero exercise outside of walking down the street, which was at least something. But when I look at pictures of that time, I'm like, oh, I notice a difference in my skin.
Yeah.
Whether it's clarity, whether it's breakouts, so that was a personal thing for me. And then I've now gotten back on the exercise wagon, and my skin still has its ups and downs, but it's proven, and it makes a difference. Creating that circulation is important.
Exactly, and on like a basic level, the nutrients are carried on our bloodstream. When we raise our heart rate, our blood is pumped through our organs and detoxifies through the liver and the kidneys, and then ultimately the skin is fed through the bloodstream, and that's where it's getting its nutrients. So it's also connected,
right.
Not to ever underestimate, you know, activity.
It's true. And lastly, sort of in that, a lot of people talk about how, you know, drinking water is the least effective way to hydrate the skin, which is fine and true. However, then I see a lot of people be like, oh, I don't need
You still need water.
Right. You're like, body is mainly water. You need everything to be working correctly and flowing for the skin to also be working correctly.
Yes, and on top of that, just because that's what people are saying is said to be true, I don't know of any scientific study that is saying that that's absolutely 100% true.
Right.
So, the skin is 70% water.
And also, if it's just doing its job in terms of hydrating the internal organs and everything else in your body and flushing everything out, then your skin's going to look great. You know, so it's like, yes, it might not be the specific word hydration, but it's certainly making the skin a better looking, healthier looking skin.
Exactly. And associating it with how you feel. When you haven't had enough water or liquid, you know, whether or not it's the afternoon or even in the morning or in the evening, and you realize, oh my gosh, I haven't drinking enough water, and then you have that big glass of water, how do you feel after that glass of water? You feel better. That's wellness. It doesn't matter if it's directly making your skin look better.
Exactly.
It's like, it's how we feel. It's like, it's always keeping that in the forefront of what's directing us.
I realized at dinner last night that I had maybe about 5 ounces of water in the past 2 days because of traveling and meetings and running from
sometimes you forget.
Yeah, and it's like we're going to Starbucks and I don't think to get what, you know, I have my tea or my coffee and I don't think to get. And then last night at dinner, I was thinking, oh, this is why I feel like I shouldn't feel this tired. I shouldn't feel that. And so then we've dropped the hydration since then. Yeah. But back to something you talked about, you mentioned the word marketing earlier on. I would love to get because I know we have the same thoughts on this, but there's been a lot recently of, you know, male razors, female razors, male skincare, female skincare, male fragrance, female fragrance. And it's all BS. None of it's a thing. The razors are the razors, the fragrances are the fragrances, wear what you like, and the skincare is skincare. And everybody has a different skin condition and different skin type and different, you know, environment. And so I would just love to get your thoughts on that sort of.
Thank you. When it comes to conditions, that's different. You know, whether if a woman is having, different issues with her skin, whether it's hormonal related, and sort of male skin is different in that sense when it's being diagnosed
Right.
and having conditions, that's different. But that doesn't also mean that the topical applications to help, clear and support that are any different. And it's really, like you said, it's bullshit. It's not true, and it really does have to do with, how we are so forced into binary gender roles, and it's a part of our consciousness to automatically go into those places when we see packaging and when we smell aromas. When I love what might be deemed as something that's a typically more feminine scent. And same with many of the women that I know, they love smoky, leathery, musk-like aromas. Maybe they don't like it in the conceptually, but when they smell it, they don't know what they're smelling,
exactly.
and they love it.
Exactly.
So I think it's really just about continually breaking this down and questioning why we're drawn to something or what we think works or doesn't work. And for men, typically straight men will not associate themselves, many of them won't associate themselves with the product because it's telling them it's not for them through the marketing and the branding and the packaging. And what I would hope to see would be if not only could people just look past that, first of all, but then start understanding that there's more money in it for brands to position their products that way. And
of course.
The same way with like hair care, for instance, when
Totally.
it comes to color safe shampoos. There's really no such thing. Water is not even color safe. But yeah, when they come out with a product and lead you to believe that there are these conditions and situations, which there are some, don't get me wrong, but generally when quality products are made, they cover many bases, and then it's also just puts people down a different road. Like I saw a brand recently that it was. The title, they were marketing themselves as a unisex, non-binary, non-gender specific brand, which I think is totally fine, but I really kind of am offended by marketing those words, because if you are that, just be that. Don't say we're a unisex brand, we're non-binary, we're non-gender specific. I don't think
and
you're.
so is everybody. I mean,
right.
Whether you want to say it or not,
Any
or believe it or not,
can be
right.
and is. And
yeah.
if that's what you are as a founder, first of all, that's different. And most of the time, I don't think that somebody who is non-binary is marketing with those words in their marketing, because I find that absolutely co-opting people who don't, who are gender neutral or non-binary specific, and so I just think it's quite rude.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's rude. It's total BS, like you said. It's not something that, and the other bigger thing too right now is that, which I think is a double rude, in terms of the marketing BS, is the fact that a lot of, if not 100% across the board, the male specific products are same formulas in different packaging and are more affordable.
Right.
Which is also insane.
And offensive.
And offensive, yeah.
Totally offensive.
And whether it's being marketed to women to get their husbands or boyfriends onto something, or whether it's being marketed to men themselves, like either way you split it, it's just like infuriating.
Absolutely.
And silly.
It's silly. It's absolutely silly. And the thing is and if you are a brand that is trying to appear as all gender, non-gender specific, you shouldn't have to say that. Just be it.
Yeah, exactly.
Just be it, and then you are it. That is what attributes you to that consciousness and to really aligning with people who might not identify as male or female. The fact that you create a label for it and market it around it just puts people in another category, which it's a spectrum. And where I'm offended is when offended is a little too strong of a word. Maybe it's like it's offensive, but I'm not like whatever. like do what you want to do. But yeah, maybe it isn't.
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But yes, I get. Yeah.
But what I see a lot is just this like overt masculinity, making it safe for men to use a beauty product, when that's not the approach. What we should be doing is letting men know that your identity is within you, and how masculine or secure you are with your masculinity or femininity is something that you are to define for yourself, not through feeling like more of a man because you're using a green and brown product that says man oil, versus using a product that's gorgeous and Jordan Samuel or like my oils that are just showing you what they are, and they aren't leaning so far in that direction that they're actually supporting the gap between gender identities in that sense.
Okay, so to that point, yes, exactly. Like again, done, bye. But it's true. It is as clear as that. There's no other way to look at it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and there's so many variables and intricacies and subtleties to all of the different layers and things that contribute, that it is something that really needs to be worked out individually. And what I always hope to do is help people just like really tune into it. Ask yourself, what does my skin need now?
Yeah.
You know, and there's just no easier way around it other than getting to it. And we love skin, so, you know.
What does my skin need now? It's always like it's a big question, but it's really one of the only questions, because you really do have to then look at your skin, your diet, your lifestyle, your exercise, all of that stuff.
Yeah, and manage our expectations around what it's like to age, and what we allow ourselves in our relationship to our appearance. There's just so much philosophy in it that I find so beautiful, because you know, we all want to look our best and feel our best, and there's a way to move forward in life and be in balance with it and always doing our best. But then there's a way where we're trying to actually, you know, escape who we are, and actually, you know, when I see that people actually want a new face and are not comfortable with themselves, and that's deeper stuff, and we need to ask ourselves, what am I really wanting right now?
Right. And don't be hard on yourself. That's the other thing too. I think we talk about this, and then people get into a very strict, confined, like I have to do this, and oh God, I didn't do that. And it's going to be okay. And don't, just because like say you're trying to be great on your diet or your sleep, and there's one bad day, that's fine, just pick back up again.
There's always going to be a bad day.
Everything in moderation, including moderation, like you said. But it's true. I mean, it is true, and there's always going to be a bad day, whether it's skin, whether it's exercise, whether it's diet,
sleep, whether it's something new that you're allergic to and you don't know, so you feel like you have to start over and see specialists. Really, when we come from a place of making calm, rational decisions, and we're not in anxiety and fear, we'll make better decisions that save us time and money. When we're going to a professional, for example, you might have to see a couple different doctors. You might have to meet, you know, 5 therapists before you meet the therapist that really works for you and helps you manage your stress and anxiety. You know, it's a process. Be gentle, take your time, and I think that all comes from awareness, self-awareness.
It's true.
You know?
And with you saying that too, I want to say that I want to have you back on Jordan Samuel Skin Talks, whether it's in Seattle or whether it's back in LA.
Hello, Seattle Skin Talks.
Yes, okay, next time.
Done.
But to continue that, what I want to really talk to you about too, and I think you'll be the perfect guest and candidate for this, is meditation. Because we haven't even touched on that yet. I think that would be an excellent, excellent topic. Because I found that has helped my skin tremendously, and I know that you're just like,
yes,
head over heels for it. So, and
thank you. I would love to. I've been meditating my whole life. Well, no, not my whole life. Since I was 18, which feels like my whole life, but that's like 25 years or something. Anyway,
he said 10.
I'm 12. No. So ultimately, what it is there's a lot of layers to meditation. I know just the word can be off-putting to people, so I just want to say think of it more in terms of stopping and calming your mind. You know,
Totally.
and the benefits from that on all levels of our life, and anyone can do it, and it can be for 30 seconds to 30 minutes to a 10-day Vipassana retreat in the mountains. It's a practice and an art, and so it's really fun to talk about, because
And I know it'll just be skimming the surface when we talk about it,
Yeah.
but I think with what we talked about today, that would be a perfect continuation.
I'd love
Amongst
to.
other things. I mean, we're not going to stop there, we're going to keep talking. But I thought that'd be like a great like next step, right?
I'd love it.
But thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming, Josh. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And until next time, bye.
Bye.